Hi guys. Sorry, it's been such a long time since I've posted anything. The last couple months have been insane and I've been in and out of the hospital. I went to Philly to have some treatments done there. I moved into my new house, which is right across the street from my grandparents and just 2 houses down from my parents, so they can help me with anything that I need, which is awesome. It's been a wild ride. One that has absolutely taken its tolls for sure. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Chronic pain rarely exists on its own. CRPS is colloquially known as the suicide disease. It's no wonder that chronic pain and chronic depression go hand in hand. And that is absolutely true for me. And it's never been worse than it's been these last few months. I wouldn't say I've gotten to the point where I'm suicidal. I don't think I've ever been in a place mentally where I would have it in me to harm myself. But that said, I've absolutely had days where I just wanted to die. I wanted it to be over. Couldn't do it to myself, but was just praying to God, just take me. I'm done. And that's something I'm working on to this day, and I'm sure I'll have days in the future that are that exact same way, but I'm trying my best to keep them at a minimum and maintain as positive of an attitude as I can for my own sanity. And if you're feeling a similar way, if you struggle with chronic pain and as a result depression, or just depression on its own, I would absolutely suggest that you find people to talk to about this. That includes loved ones that you feel comfortable confiding in, friends and family, but I also feel very strongly that you should find a professional who can walk you through these feelings and put it in the context that you need to be able to handle it in a more healthy way. And finding the right counselor might take a little bit of shopping. You may not click right away with the first counselor that you have. So I encourage you to go to several licensed counselors, kind of like an interview, if you will, for a job interview, and they'll understand. And the one that you just mesh with the best will be the one that you can work on your feelings with. So don't get discouraged if the first one isn't right, if the first one just doesn't seem to get it, or just doesn't really have the right things to say. And by that I just mean what they're saying doesn't necessarily resonate with you in your situation. That doesn't mean that they're bad at their job. It just means that you guys don't click. That's fine. But it's absolutely well worth the work. And once you find a counselor, it makes things so much easier. I've been working with mine for several years now. Sometimes I need to go more often than other times. Sometimes I need to go once a week. Sometimes I can go longer in between because I'm doing all right. Other times I need to see her a little more often to ask questions about this, to wonder if what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking is normal and healthy and okay. Just because it's been so helpful to me, I would advise anyone who's feeling even the least bit depressed, and certainly if they're feeling suicidal, to find someone that they can talk to about that. And if you're suffering from chronic pain, so much so that it is really starting to affect your mood and your depression, it may be time to go back to your medical doctors or your medical team and see if they have anything else to offer. Because if you haven't been in a while, if you haven't seen your primary in a few months or even longer, new things might have come up. They might be able to do a little bit of research or make a contact to a colleague of theirs. You never know. They might have something extra, especially if you go in and say, not only is the pain just as bad, if not worse than it normally is, it's starting to affect my mental state. They might be able to find something that helps. So that's what I'm in the process of doing right now with my doctor and doctors, is just finding new treatments that may or may not work. Again, you're gonna have to do some shopping and you're gonna have to try a lot of things, and a lot of things may or may not work, but that doesn't mean it's not worth trying, because if you can just find one thing that helps just even a smidgen, then it's worth going through all the other things that don't help at all. So it's definitely worth going back and checking to see if anything new might have come up that might help with your pain or your depression or both. And then when I'm home by myself, I do my best to find distractions, to find pastimes, to find things that keep my mind busy, make me feel productive, even though I'm very slow at anything I do. So if you work at a snail's pace on anything like I do, that's totally fine, and you need to understand that you're doing the best you can and you're doing a great job. But just find things that bring you joy. We have a rule now in our family that anything we buy for the house to decorate it or liven it up has to make us smile and or laugh. So just silly things, goofy things, funny little signs, a cute little figurine that makes you giggle for whatever reason. Just little things like that, so when you walk by that object in your house, it kind of brightens you up a little bit inside. So those are the things you need to focus on all the more if you're struggling with pain and depression, is just the little things in life that can brighten your day and lighten your mood a little bit. So that's how I'm working on myself right now and trying to deal with the bad days, and not just the pain bad days, but the sadness bad days and the suicidal thoughts or prayers in my case, or what have you. I don't know if any of these tips would be helpful for anybody else, but it's certainly, at least we're trying, and I figured it was worthwhile to at least share what has been helping me get through these feelings. So thanks so much for checking out this video. Leave comments if you have anything to say. I'd love to start a conversation. Keep fighting the good fight. You guys are stronger than you know, and I will see you next time. Bye.